Hello everyone, this is Jay, and I am like the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I'm late, I'm very late. So, actually this is Monday night, I'm recording this, and this will be for the books coming out in 2 days, maybe one day by the time this is uploaded, on September 11th, 2019. I'm going to try to run through these books rather quickly. My voice carries in this very, very quiet house. So, hopefully you can hear me halfway decently. And I guess I'll just say, like everyone else, totally, blown away by House of X number 4. But, who knows what's going to happen next? I guess we'll have to see this week. But all I can say is Onslaught. Now, we're going to start off with these books. Going to DC Comics first. We have Batman and the Outside is number 5 by Brian Hill and Dexter Soy. Cover A is by Tyler Kirkham, and cover B is by Kevin Nolan. Batman 78, we take a turn in the storyline here by Tom King and Clay Mann. Tony Daniels is doing cover A, and Clay Mann is doing cover B. And it's funny how these covers are so similar. Catwoman number 15 by V. Ram and Mirka Andolfo. Joel Jones is doing cover A, and I believe this is Art Germ's last cover of his rendition of the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. Astounding. Detective Comics 1011 by Peter Tomasi and Christian Douche. Cover A is by Gilliam Marsh, and cover B is by Brian Hitch. Event Leviathan number 4 by Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Molive. Molive is doing cover A, and Carrie Andrews is doing cover B. One of DC's better books, The Flash number 78 by Joshua Williamson and Rafa Sandoval. Cover A is being done by Sandoval, and cover B is by Polio Pantalina. And I do not care for that cover at all. But this book is on fire for me. Great storyline, and Rafa Sandoval is killing it on the pencils. New book from DC Comics, Gotham City Monsters number 1 by Steve Orlando and Amake Naholapan. Cover A is by Philip Tan, and cover B is by Frank Cho. Wonder Woman 78 by G. Willow Wilson and Tom Derenick. Cover A is by Jesus Moreno, and Jenny Frison, as always, is killing it on the cover B. Last book from DC is Young Justice number 8 by Brian Michael Bendis and John Timms. John Timms is doing cover A, and John Boy Myers is doing cover B. Got a few books from Image Comics, one of my favorites, and it's excellent that the book only comes out every other month and gives you some time to put up some bread. Isola number 1 by Brendan Fletcher and Carl Kreschel. Carl Kreschel is doing cover A, and Helen Chin is doing cover B. Really weird, obscure book, but I like it. Oblivion Song number 19 by Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo De La Fece, and that has 1 cover. The Reavers number 3, seem like these books are coming out fast, by Justin Jordan and Rebecca Isaacs, and it has 1 cover, I believe, by just Rebecca Isaacs. Sonata number 4 by David Hine and Brian Haberlin, and Brian Haberlin is the man, and he is doing both cover A and cover B. Thumbs number 4 by Sean Lewis and Hayden Sherman. I kind of fell off on this book, but very well put together book. And those glossy paper cardstock covers are really dope. And that is it for Image Comics. I think we got 1 book for our independents. Yes. And that is Ronin Island number 6 by Greg Pak and Giannis Molo Gianganis. funny how his name is part of his last name. Giannis is doing cover A. Ethan Young is doing cover B. And Takashi Miyazawa is doing cover C. And over here onto Marvel, we have our Absolute Carnage, The Spirit of Vengeance #1. I don't know about all of these crossovers and stuff, but I do dig The Spirit of Vengeance. And this is by Ed Brisson and Juan Fagari. And I only have one cover, and that is the cover by Philip Tan. And I believe every other cover is an incentive cover. I think they have a 1 in 10, a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50, and a 1 in 100. And I'm not showing those covers, but you can actually LCS if they have them. Amazing Spider-Man 29 by Nick Spencer and Francesco Manna. Ryan Otley is doing cover A, and Mark Bagley is doing the Immortal wraparound cover for that. Not very pleased with that. Black Cat #4 by Jed McKay and Travel Foreman, and one cover for that by J. Scott Campbell. Captain Marvel #10 by Kelly Thompson and Carmen Nooner Carreno, and we have one cover by Mark Brooks. I'm not going to say anything about that book. Daredevil 11 by Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cicchetto. It's a new storyline. I'm glad that Cicchetto is back on the pencils for this. And really two cool covers for this. Cover A is by Julian Titano Tedesco, and the Immortal wraparound cover is by Cho Pham. Doctor Strange #19 by Mark Waid and Barry Kitson. Jesus Sayas is doing cover A, and Irina Nordsall is doing cover B. Continuing this Prodigal Son storyline from these cosmic books, Guardians of the Galaxy, Prodigal Son #1 by Peter David and Francesco Manna. Very busy this month, this guy. Cover A is by Miko Suyon, and it's looking dope. And cover B is by Philip Tan. We got a new book by Jason Aaron, King Thor, by Jason Aaron and Asad Ribic. Cover A is by Asad Ribic. Luke Ross is doing the Immortal wraparound cover, which is another one that looks atrocious. Gerardo Zaffino is doing a 1 in 25 variant, and Adam Kubert is doing the 1 in 50. Wish I could get those, but $25 and $50 price points on those is no bueno. Miles Morales, Spider-Man #10 by Saladin Ahmed and Javi Garin. This book's been pretty dope. I can't complain about it. Mahad Asur is doing cover A, and I think he's also doing the variant cover for cover B. I'm not sure about that. The relevance of Moon Knight increases. Moon Knight Annual #1 by Cullen Bunn and Ibrahim Mustafa. Philip Tan is doing cover A. Pascal Fury is doing cover B. And John Tyler Christopher is doing an X of Vengeance connecting cover for that one. Powers of X #4. Ding, 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 ding by Jonathan Hickman and R.B. Silva. R.B. Silva is doing cover A. George Molina is giving us a connecting cover. There's an action figure cover, of course. Greg Land is doing the Decades cover of Rogue, which is phenomenal. Scotty Young gets a cover. Dustin Weaver gets a cover. And Mike Huddleston gets a cover. I forgot what it's. I don't know if it's incentive cover or what. But the last cover is by Mike Huddleston. Silver Surfer Black #4 by Donnie Cates and Trad Moore. And I don't know if it's just me, but Trad Moore's art is starting to wear on me. And I'm really starting to dig it. Trad Moore is doing cover A. Ron Lim is doing cover B. And Alex Gardner is giving us an Immortal wraparound cover, which this wraparound cover has to be the best one this year. Well, this week, I'm sorry. Last book for Marvel Comics is Venom 18 by Donny Cates and Eben Coleo. Cal Hotz is doing cover A, and Will Sinley is doing the Immortal wraparound cover for Venom, which is not too good. And Venom's supposed to be pretty good this week, but I think they're going to pull a okey doke on us and slide what's going to happen in that book in another issue or another book entirely. But we shall see. The covers of the week, Daredevil number 11, the Tedesco cover, which is cover A, beautiful. Silver Surfer Black, the wraparound Alex Gardner cover. Of course, we're going to have Archer on the list with Catwoman number 15. And the cover of the week is Powers of X number 4, the Decades cover of Rogue by none other than Greg Land. As for our books of the week, he makes the list twice over here, which is Daredevil 11. Marco Giacchino is thankfully back on the pencils for that, so hopefully we can get a little more action-oriented storytelling there. King Thor number 1. And Gore the God Butcher will soon make his appearance in this book. Of course, Powers of X number 4. No one can miss out on that. And Silver Surfer Black number 4, which will most likely see the Herald of Galactus help bring about the birth of Galactus. And I'm going to give an honorable mention to Captain Marvel number 10 because, it's leading up to the Dark Star, Captain Marvel, whatever she's going to be called. And before we get out of here, I've been trying to get these once and future reprints. It ain't happening. My LCS is just not able to get them. They're a ghost. And the prices on eBay are, they ain't too much, but I got 2 copies of number 1. I don't want to pay that price. But also, the 4th print is coming out this week. And I believe within the next 2 weeks consecutively, we have a 5th print. And then they just announced a 6th print. So hopefully, if you didn't get the 2nd print, you didn't get the 3rd print. If Wednesday you can't get the 4th print, maybe you'll be able to get the 5th or the 6th print. Thank you for bearing with me. And I will catch you guys at the same bad time and at the same bad channel. Peace.